YouTube/Twitter. We have no rights to music or videos used on this broadcast and no intention to fringe on the copyright or profit from it. Please allow us to use this to educate our listeners.
For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Chukwokika Biama may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, Chukwokika Biama Purimihanine, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children IPOB to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake, Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, O Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise.
Without fear before our enemies, we have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, or we die in the process. There will be no retreat and no surrender. If the option they give to us is to seek our restoration by violence, every living thing living in the zoo will be destroyed. All the animals will be destroyed. It's a promise and a pledge we are making to them. They must understand that we just don't love our country. We are fanatical about Biafra. We will do everything humanly possible to ensure that Biafra comes. It is either the flag of Biafra is raised up or I am lowered into the grave. One of the two must happen. It is better for this heaven and this earth not to exist than for Biafra not to come to pass. We dedicate it into the hands of Chukwu Abiyama, the creator of the heavens and the earth, because only him decreed that we should exist as a race, and only him has the say to decide and to determine if we are to survive or not. We don't rest our hopes in any man. We don't believe that any country can do anything for us. We are going to reaffirm our faith in the supremacy of the creator of the heavens and the earth, Chukwu Abiyama, upon to whom and in whom every glory and honor belongs to. That's why we worship him and nothing else and no other. We worship the one true living God. That is who we worship. That is why we were created. We are not like any other people. We have been chosen by Chukwu Abiyama to serve him. We have been chosen by the creator of the heavens and the earth that we may serve him. That is why in our names it contains every praise imaginable. Every praise imaginable to the Most High is contained within our names because we are very special people. We are here to reaffirm and reiterate that. We are here to ensure that this very march towards our freedom cannot be hindered. Any obstacle on our way, real or imagined, man or woman, adult or child, anything it is, once you are an impediment to the restoration of the sovereignty of Biafra, you will be destroyed completely and totally. In every way imaginable. We do not forgive. There is no forgiveness in our dictionary.
Mafi bona choge Biafra roko ya kare mano namo. Mafi bona choge Biafra roko ya mako kare mano urugo. Mafi bona choge Biafra roko ya kare mano namo. Imana deka dinta jarabia. Gana buga baya, we mana deka, dinta jarabia, gana buga.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu ndị MAZI na-agbalị ọkụ.
People going south to love, God of Abraham, to the land that's flowing with milk and honey, they cannot be stopped. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining out so bright, it's supernatural.
Good evening, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom. This is Biafra Alpha Power Media International, and we're reaching you out from United Kingdom, and there's 16 minutes on top of the hour here. 8 p.m. in United Kingdom, presumably the same 16 minutes on top of the hour in the Holy Land of Biafra. This evening is going to be another marathon. It's been a while that we haven't been on air, but don't take it for granted because everything is in the way it's supposed to be. Firstly, Facebook, I want to indulge you guys to allow us to play any music or video we play in this program. Is supposed to entertain our viewers. We are not making any ends on it. Please allow us to use them. Before I proceed this evening, a lot is going to be said this evening, and we all know that today is the 6th day of year of our Lord, July 2024. It's still 17 minutes on top of the hour. My name is MAZI George Chukuma. I reside here in United Kingdom as one of the principal servants of the indigenous people of Biafra. And this is Biafra Alpha Power Media International, standing in the gap. What we do here is that we lay things to bear. We bring things to the layman perspective that will explain it to a very layman to understand. Like I said, it's been a while, but for obvious reasons. And as we all can see, that the only thing that can start the test of time in this life is truth. Anything that doesn't have truth in it will not survive the test of time. And this evening, my monologue will still go back on those that are still hardcore IPOB members that are standing in the gap, as our leader still holding down. And today, the music is now, singing a different tone because we know that a lot of people thought that NNAMDI and KANU will not make it alive. But unfortunately, like I said, the history have repeated himself again. 2015 has just repeated itself. That is why when all this whole thing started, people like us does not move. What we do is that we take a deep breath. Like the word I use this evening is that every single one of us must understand that this time we are in a very crucial time in the struggle, and our leader remain NNAMDI that has spent 3 years in counting in the DSS dungeon. But there's one thing I must say before I continue. Firstly, I have to congratulate the new Prime Minister, Kash Tarman. And it happened that we were in Jonathan Cooper's memorial in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. It's 2022 we went from Jonathan Cooper's memorial, and he gave a speech. I remember vividly. Like we said, anything we say, we back it up We're not hoping any country to give us Biafra. And I mean, I wrote in his prime minister page this afternoon, and I posted that picture there to remind him his exact word, what he said. Out loud. I don't know if anybody can hear me. All my system is gone. I don't know if something happened. I just need confirmation that someone is hearing my voice, because everything just disappeared. I don't know. Everything disappeared. I have to do a lot of work this evening because it's like the system reboot itself for no reason. But if I'm still live, I know I'm live. I can see myself on Facebook. But like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. The new prime minister standing for the Labour Party, Onyendu made it clear that we are not dependent on any country, but we have our fundamental right to defend, and people must acknowledge that. We congratulate him, but just remind him his words towards late Jonathan, that he must carry the project of Biafra. And apparently, I remind him about Onyendu being kidnapped from Kenya and extraordinary rendition to the zoo. And I believe that all these things will work out for good. Everything that's happening right now, it is happening as Chukwuka Biama has mandated it. Our leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU is an institution. For some of you who does not understand that Onyendu is an institution, and as long as men walk this earth, there's nothing that can supersede what our leader has put in place. I think I'm going to do things differently this evening because all the things I planned is not working out, but we definitely have to stay through. So, like I said, what I'm going to say this evening, I have a lot to say, but I want to firstly to acknowledge the way the movement has turned in now. Those that are claiming that we are in charge now, they are scamping for safety. And a lot has been said about the negotiations. A lot of attack has meted on our leader directly, which I'm here tonight to try to address a couple of them, but I will not dwell too much upon it. I'm just going to do one or two things before I move forward. Because like I said, everything that I've got on my system just disappeared. So it's like I'm starting all over again. But we will always come through in everything we do, because perseverance is the only thing that we know. At the end of the day, we will triumph on it. It's going to be a bit difficult for me, but I think I need to take like another 5-10 minutes and to be able to get what I wanted where I want it to be. Because as I stand right now, I'm a bit in a very not a good thing the way the whole thing has structured itself. So, like I said, the last court Onyendu went, and a lot been said, and Binta Nyako said that the Federal Republic of Nigeria should go into negotiation, and negotiation is not something that is new. And where we are today is the effect of Onyendu MAZI NNAMDI KANU and IPOB at large, because we know how we were regarded in the zoo before now. But what I'm about to say tonight is that I just need to encounter a couple stuffs that are being said outrightly. Those that are saying this are people that's not non-state actors. These are people that are hiding under their own shadows and be saying things they don't even have any privy to. So, like I said, this is Biafra Alpha Power Media International, and we're here to lay things to bed, layman perspective. Now, I want to start by, now a lot of people are talking, like what it used to be. And remember that the only elephant in the room is NNAMDI NNAMDI KANU. Whether good or bad, it might be of good or bad, doesn't really matter. But what matters is that at the end of the day, who you're talking about is NNAMDI NNAMDI KANU. There's nothing else anybody can do about it. So, but the issue remains that a lot of people seem not to realize the position things are in right now. So, I will firstly try to acknowledge very few people or what they have said lately concerning our leader and the voices that have been attributed, those that wasn't been talking. But I think I will start by going back on the negotiation issue that a lot of people have said a lot of things about. And I want to play the video of 2017 and the one they have got now, the same Southeast governors, you know, again, even, what does he call his name? Hope Uzodimma was there, you know, as well. He was one that he read their communique after the meeting. I was like fascinated about it. But it is a good thing that are the forerunners now talking about how Onyendu will be released, because they thought that when they kidnapped our leader, the arrangement was that Onyendu was be killed in the SS dungeon, but it's not far-fetched. So a lot of people now are apprehensive. Even those that were claiming they're in charge now, their voices are very low. We warned them from the beginning that where you guys are going, there's no road there. We know exactly your template, where you are driving at, because you've been told that Mazzi will not make it out alive. Excuse me. So the majority of them were taking laws into their hand, doing things outrightly without paying attention, disobeying Mazzi publicly. That was the only argument. There's nothing else that we are here today. They destroy what they cannot build, you know, and where we are today, they put everybody in the position we are. But today, where we are is not something that our leader is not aware of. Few of us that in contact and in spirit understood that this is the position, because if we don't go this particular route right now, how do we know those that are with us? Brings it back to Onyendu says 100 men. Look around you. Those you call your comrades, those you go to meeting with, ask yourself, where are they today? What are they doing? It's a fundamental question. So it's important that those that are babbling about negotiation, Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu already said what he wanted. Some of you forgotten in 2017, the Onyendu was offered vice president position. He didn't want to know that. I think the second Niger bridge has now been completed by the dead Buhari. It was the effect of that particular forced negotiation. That was what Onyendu requested. And it was very, very simple. A lot of people don't understand. And the people that are talking about they want to be part of negotiation, ask yourself, where were these people when this negotiation was going on? It's not about money that's going to go into your pocket. This is about the livelihood of the Bratwins itself. Because the template of Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is something that some of you does not know. It is just what he said. He told them, I want you to go and do this. Take this to Abuja and ask them to do this first. Before now you come back to tell me if we now have to negotiate. And now to give us a date for referendum for our people to decide where they want to be. It is very, very important. I was listening to Keir Starmer today. He's talking about their beliefs and all of that. It's for speech. We are human beings. We deserve the same right to choose who lead us and where we want to be. Very, very fundamental to us. So, like I said, let me play a little bit of 2015 and 2024 and the stand of the Southeast governor and those now getting involved in this whole thing. Those telling you that Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is going to, drop Biafra, as if you're the one that told him that made him still be in the SS dungeon. If you want to drop Biafra, why would he be in the SS dungeon for 3 years? For what? Ask yourself that question. Why would the man be in the solitary confinement for 3 good years? Despite I've lost 2 parents. That's not enough for you. And all this family have given up everything because of this, all this holy movement that we are in. So let me just listen to that video a little bit. I'll talk over it. And
Power Media International.
Please don't block. You should come down.
this is 2017. They're mine. When this is where they hatched to go and kill our leader. After this, then 14th of Titan Dams take over. You know.
That is what I'm doing. Sometimes this is what we're doing.
Your Excellency, our very dear host, the Governor of Enugu State, Right Honorable Ubuani, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Anambra State, representing the Governor of Anambra State, our brother Dr. Ken, the other two governors outside the country on emergencies, our very dear brother and the leader of IPO, Prince NNAMDI KANU, our father, one of our fathers in Igbo land, Professor Ben Wabeze, SAN, our brother again, Evangelist Elliot Boko, and the press. This is a communique resulting from our meeting today with the leader of IPO. So, communique of the Southeast Governors Forum issued today, 30th of August 2017 in Enugu. The Southeast Governors today, the 30th of August 2017, met with the leader of IPO, Prince NNAMDI KANU, together with Professor Ben Wabeze, SAN, and Evangelist Elliot Boko. The meeting deliberated on a number of demands of IPO and noted their concerns accordingly. However, the meeting agreed that these demands by IPO should not be absolute. Rather, the Southeast Governor shall immediately engage the leader of IPO, Prince NNAMDI KANU, and the entire leadership of IPO to further meetings and dialogue with a view to quickening the resolutions of all issues amicably. And we also request from all concerns to give the Southeast Governors the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
A communique issued today, 2nd July 2024.
Okay. For those of you that are watching, you know the reason why I'm playing this, like I said, we always come here to open your mind, remind you things have been forgotten. That was in 2017. And after that particular communique and that meeting, Onyendu has a list of things he told them to do, which I'm going to flash on this particular screen. For some of you who does not understand, Onyendu does not do anything hidden. It was very transparent. And people that went to that meeting, you can see the dignitary people that were there. Our late elder was there, and Elliot was there as well by his side. And Onyendu made his demand. And after that, war follow suit was 14th of September 2017. History always repeats itself. Now, the same Southeast governors and the same place they did the meeting in Enugu, again, they have done 2024. And this is what they said. It's important we follow all these things methodologically.
Southeast Governors Forum. The forum commiserated with the government and people of Abia State, Ebonyi, Imo State, indeed the entire Southeast region and Nigeria.
It is quite pathetic that is the administrative governor of Imo State, the man that brought the mayhem to his own people, actually attended the meeting. That tells you how significant it is. Because some of you think that this is a joke. But now, they are the ones, the same people that went to kidnap Mazzi are the same people now in the fourth one. I only told them, I will be on the forefront. He never understood why and his words. That I will bring the hell with me. They never understood it. Today is plain in. That is why I want to remind you where we start and where we are now. The same Southeast governor. And remember that Tinubu said that his hope was on him. I told him not to release Mazzi NNAMDI. Some of you forgotten about all this. We don't forget things. But the same hope was on him now is being communicated about negotiation, about the same man that they say, oh, because of the election of Imo State, they want him to be held after the election because we only will call up the election. All these things was gimmicks. And the people that have come and told us, because remember who sold Mazzi NNAMDI, the person that brought this matter on Radio Biafra was so-called China, faceless China Sanwo, and told us that onion was sold at $9 million US. Mention the governor's name because they were doing all these things hoping that Mazzi NNAMDI would never see the light of the day again in their life. But now it's done on all of them. It doesn't matter what you do, whether on the bad or the good side, I don't care. But the most important thing is that now it's done on all of them. That Mazzi NNAMDI, some of them that said Mazzi NNAMDI were cloned, they are the ones today fighting for him to come out. If Oyenu was cloned, so why are you fighting for him to come out? So all of them have shewed their own words because they didn't have the preview and because they were not, what they were doing wasn't actually what they were supposed to be doing. Because people that were jumping on bandwagon and turned this into, they turned IPOB into a money-making machine. So people now can lie and tell lies to out of our suffering of our people. But let's listen to them on 2024.
And the family of Ogunnayonu's family. The people of Ogunnayonu's family on the demise of His Excellency Dr. Ogunnayonu. The forum received the delegation of the former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, Chief Emeka Anyoko, GCON, and His Royal Majesty Igwe Emeka Achabe, CFR, the Obi of Onitsha, who came on a solidarity visit to this forum. The forum deliberated on the review the report of the Southeast Security and Economic Summit held in Owerri on the 28th September 2023 and agreed to implement the aspects of the report pertaining to security and economic integration of the region and affirmed its desire to put actionable plans on the key issues agreed.
These are the people that have turned our land to desolate. He is the architect of everything that is happening in our land today. Regardless, there are those that play in his own gallery because they are recruited them indirectly. All of them are working for Hope Uzodimma. But today, the nose are crying, the eyes are crying at the same time because they thought Mazzi NNAMDI was just an ordinary man. But Mazzi NNAMDI was sent by Chukwuabiama. That's one thing people don't understand. You don't have the mandate. You cannot give what you don't have.
Resolved to visit Mr. President to discuss the pressing issues, all pressing issues concerning the Southeast region. The forum also deliberated and resolved to interface with the federal government to secure the release of Mazzi NNAMDI.
It is important that it comes out of his mouth. But after every said and done, Hope Uzodimma, the administrative governor of Imo State, actually come out openly, publicly to pronounce that now he's the one running in the forefront to release Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. Tells you all you need to know. I'm not going to go further on this, but the reason why I play this to flash you back on where we started, 2017. And there's something KANU tweeted today. Because over time, KANU was this meeting. I remember what Clifford Iwanya and his cohort were saying after this meeting. Remember, that's why I thought history has repeated himself. When they went to this meeting, Uchemofo was still there, the deputy leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra. But Onyendu don't go anywhere without telling those that matters what he's about today. He didn't went there alone because he knows it's consensus. Ojukwu never went to fight against declare Biafra by his own. No. Mazzi NNAMDI KANU upon us, we want freedom today because some people, our people said in Igbo language, you cannot go to fight with anger because we definitely lose. You won't. It must be strategic. Methodologically, that is one thing that a lot of people don't realize. Now, on this particular meeting on 2017, Onyendu itemized, I can read from here now, it's 8 things here. He said, make Enugu International Airport a grade 1 airport so that passengers can fly in without stopping over in Lagos or Abuja. Do you know what this cost our people to today? They have not done it. Drainage of River Niger for us to have our own seaport. Upgrading our airport to the functional cargo airport. Operating Port Harcourt Airport. Operating Port Harcourt and Calabar seaport at full capacity. So our people can actually, we don't have to go to Lagos to bring our goods. Revive of the moribund industries in the southeast, and south, even if you use that word south, to provide job opportunity. Functional railways in southeast and south. Use the word south, but we are the southeast just to, to accommodate everybody. Region. Provision of good primary health care system and provision of steady electricity. This is one thing Onyendu say, go to Abuja and get me all this, then he come back, give us a date for referendum. And Onyendu has not changed from this stand. And our barrister, Ejimako, have reiterated about Onyendu's stand, even though that Abaribe was saying something which I'm going to play. That's a slip of tongue, and no one should take that. But so now to see the agent of provocateur that picked up on it. If Mazzi NNAMDI KANU for any paraventure wanted any opt-out, he won't consult you for your information. I will tell everybody this. If Onyendu decide to walk away from all this, he don't need your permission. That's the fact of life. Onyendu had every right now to say, all of you have disappointed me, like I said. But man is on a mission, right? So that's one thing I want everybody, every single one of us to realize. Now, and I'm going to go on to play some short videos about those people. Remember, this individual has not spoken about our leader. I want to start by, clearing the ground before I go into the D-Day, because tonight I'm going to deal with the, the CABAL and the media one innuendo. I'm going to touch it, slightly. I'm not going to go deep, but that's what I'm going to do. That is the main topic that I want to deal with tonight. But it compasses on who sold Mazzi. This is episode 15 of who sold Mazzi NNAMDI KANU, because that is the main thing we're talking about. We're not Onyendu to believe who sold Mazzi NNAMDI KANU for $9 million US. Those that say they're in charge, and today they're nowhere to be found. It's important we all realize that. We warned them from the beginning, and today they have dug a pit. That pit, all of them are falling into it one by one, because any house that are built with a falsehood will not stand. IPOB, all of us are under oath. And that oath, that's something Madam Nene said I would always buy to. That as long as that you have sympathetic to IPOB, that automatically you now been initiated, because it's a blood covenant. Some of you don't understand what is IPOB. Some people that today that keep quiet, I have no question for anybody, but it's detrimental to all our actions. When in due time, we'll understand. Because what happened in 67 to 70, those men that fought then, that understood why they went to war and sworn oaths, some of them never came back to our land. They died on exile. And the same thing is now repeating itself on this era that we are in. Some of you don't realize what we are going through. So let's listen to some of them that have now turned around to understand that MAZI NNAMDI KANU is an institution. Maybe you're not aware, but I'm just letting you know.
National.
A mockery guy, this a mockery guy that has been talking nonsense about when people be made this comment. One thing is this, that there are certain individual, when you have Stockholm syndrome, these are men that are suffering with Stockholm syndrome. So for me, that particular Rick or Mockery, or whatever his name is a deranged individual. I don't want to talk about what he's written or whatnot, because jealousy and envy is something that embedded in some people, and those that are suffering with Stockholm syndrome, they can't help themselves. Narcissists, you can't help them, but at the end of the day, it's not political, because this is fact. But thank God that these men today, some of them now realize that MAZI NNAMDI KANU has surpassed, a lot. Let's just listen to them. It's important we keep these records, Yeah,
some people have attributed it to the continued incarceration of people, NNAMDI KANU. And people like Ohanese and several other individuals have called for the release of that young man. I don't know what your own take is about that.
My take is very simple, and I've said it repeatedly, that I don't see anything why his continued detention, quite frankly. Especially as the courts have granted him bail. Government must obey the law. Rule of law is an intrinsic asset that we must cherish and live with. And I've said I'm going to discuss with every agitator. And I use the same opportunity to play to government to ensure that all those who are in similar conditions are released and discussed with.
Itobi is a very funny man, but I'm not judging him today. What happened in the river is something we never forget. It's there in our heart. Let him now. All of them are speaking. That is the exodus we're talking about.
We're a democratic government. We shouldn't be doing things that are arbitrary and not within the law.
The KANU has not done anything that other.
I think you remember who this guy is, what he said before. It's important to remember all these things. Remember what Kenneth Okonkwo said about Biafra, and today what he's saying. Because after obedience fell, all of them, they understood, they come back to logical conclusion to our own position we are in today, that we are fighting for them. We are the one giving them voice. Without MAZI NNAMDI KANU, none of them, all of them don't exist. But it's good now they're eating their own words. That's why I must play all these videos tonight to put them on our archive for reference purposes.
People from other zones have not done. We know about Sunday Igboho, of the Yoruba nation agitator. We know of the Boko Haram people that say they want a different country where Western education is an abomination. These people have been released. Not just that they have been released. In the case of Boko Haram, they've been re-assimilated to the society, given plum jobs, even in our military. They've been given money and been resuscitated, reconciled, and rehabilitated. Why is NNAMDI KANU's case different? There is an ethnic and some unnecessary bias that is.
But the truth is that people like you made it possible, because if you guys could have listened to Onyendu from the beginning, when he was criticizing what Onyendu was doing, I don't think we'll be in this. But now, because you have been beaten, it's good, experience is the best teacher. But it's good they come to our own logical conclusion. They come now back to MAZI NNAMDI KANU's error position. That's nothing that surpassed MAZI NNAMDI KANU's position. Nothing. Not as we live.
Keeping that man in jail. The government should be wise enough to release this man. You can use the Julian Assange option if you don't want to say you are losing face. You can release him conditionally. You can release him unconditionally. As a lawyer, I've watched the legal issues very clearly. And I saw that even in the courts, from the High Court to the Supreme Court, there are discordant tones amongst them. Even in the issue of bail, some of the tier of the courts are granted him bail. Even in the issue of the charges, some tier of the court had quashed all the charges. So you can see that the government has a lot of places it can stand to release the young man and bring peace to the southeast. He is now more like a political prisoner. I tell you something. The longer NNAMDI KANU is in prison, the taller he becomes. And the shorter the government becomes. They should take the intelligent way out of this and release him like they did to other people. Rehabilitate him and reconcile.
You can't rehabilitate him. He doesn't need any rehabilitation. That's where you're getting it wrong. It must be corrected, please.
Reconcile him as they are reconciling Southeast completely to the nation.
Mr. Oga, just my apologies. Let me go to Mr. Ogana. Mr.
These are one of those that are claiming that they are not Igbo, which I don't think I'm going to dwell on it too much. He's claiming he's not an Igbo person. But all these things is attributed to why we are in the position we are, because we are divided. You know, but listen to this man. It's important to listen.
Ghana,
just like a
it appears your brother is denying you. Maybe you have to respond.
Can you let me respond to it, please?
Yes, that's what I want you to do. Respond.
The Igbo nation is now at a crossroad. The Ohanese agenda is being questioned. I'll tell you why and how. If Ohanese consists of Anambra, Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo, Rivers and Delta, those are the 7 states that attend the Ohanese meeting. I should know because I was one spokesman of Ohanese, Ndibo, Onunekuli. Me, the President General then was Mr. Gary Gariwe of Ebonyi State. The regime that handed over to him is that of late Ralph Witre from Ogwashuku, God bless his soul. Oguluzema Ogwashuku. He was president of Ohanese. They handed over to the regime of Igariwe, where I served as spokesman of the Igbo nation. The record is there. Is it now because benefits are coming that I'm no more Igbo, that Ogwashuku is no more Igbo, Asaba is no more Igbo, Onitshubo where I come from is no more Igbo, Agbo is no more Igbo? Look, at the last elections, the vice presidential candidate of PDP, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Chukwu, Otto Okowa, admitted that he is an Igbo.
Onyendu have tried to, after the war, divide and rule that British brought in Africa. That's what they brought to divide our people. That was what Gowon said, that I was going to divide you. And someone that answered Ifeanyi is still questioning if he's Igbo. No one is asking you to be an Igbo. That is your birthright. And it is quite frustrating, and I don't know how to use the word. The reason why I'm allowing all this to play tonight is that we have to lay a foundation, because we know where we are going now. That's why when you said we must have a referendum, despite within ourselves. People must cast vote to decide where they want to be. Because when people are playing politics with their own identity, how now do you think you become minority in your own backyard? That is why these people can walk into your home and do whatever they do, because they know you are divided. That is the main biggest problem the Southeast have as a region now, because they managed to divide us. And Mazzi said, I'm not going anywhere. After they gave him 5 states, he said, I don't want 5 states. I must go with my kit and kin. They must. Look at that side of all of them are coming out and say, oh, we are part of it. They know. That's when you told that this project is 30 years project, because a lot of people must be taught before now they will start thinking inwards.
Igbo man. His Obi of Owa admitted that he's an Igbo man. The late Asaba that died, Asaba of Asaba, Dr. Chike Dozie, God bless his soul, hosted meetings of Ohanese. Obi of Owa, Obi and Ijubo, these were not there to their life. All went. We were at the same car. Have a caucus meeting at Asaba.
cross over to Niger and go and have a meeting. So we in Anoma as Igbo as the come. Igbo land recognized for market days. Unko, Eke,
okay.
Olie, and Afo. In Anoma land, it's the same thing.
All right, Mr. Ghana, I must button now. I understand.
You see, when the man is trying to explain, the guy they cut him off because they don't want him to land. But it's not something you're arguing that even a child that was born last night know all this. Very, very simple.
My apologies.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
I think that is necessary to ask.
And this is Abaribe, the statement Abaribe made that spiked a lot of people saying what they're saying. Abaribe, I don't think you need to come out to clarify that because our barrister have said that, and our lead counsel and the other sub barristers have said it. That's why I played that particular audio from the beginning of this program because I know my reason why. But I will allow it to play. And you can see that I pasted what Ejimako wrote. And he said the lead team meet with Mazzi. Now become today the news that he will abide by any condition for his release is incorrect. What was meant is that he will abide by the negotiated terms of his release and other matters related. Therefore, such was also agreed in August 2017. Very, very clear and simple. For Bobo Mongers, the reason why we try to, that's why we say we explain to the layman perspective. We bring it to you and give it to you with evidence, right? So listen to Abaribe, but it's been squashed. Very important.
He came here on his behalf, and that tells you that any of our senators that you see, the 15 of us, by the way, the 15 of us signed this letter. A few of us are not here just for reasons of logistics and all that. Some are also not. But we all signed the letter, and you will also have a copy of the letters that we did. So any senator in the Southeast is very willing. The governor.
And you can see what the so-called Chinasa Samolu wrote, because now he's running on breaking news. What he wrote. These are agents of provocateur because today they're eating their own words because everything what they want to give about Mazzi is bad news. They want to negotiate. Negotiating what have you done to grant you to be part of negotiation? You people want Mazzi kind of died in DSS dungeon. That was their agenda, primary agenda till tomorrow morning, and has not changed. But now I think some of you are now in a very I don't know what mood I will use because it's not done on you. But Mazzi will make it alive. It's not clear to every single one of you. And when that happened, I want to know where you guys are going to be. That's all I'm asking. I'm just saying, But let's listen to Abaribe.
Us are willing. The business leaders are willing. The clergy, they are willing. So the traditional rulers are also willing. So I do not think that anything will stop us if it comes to that. And he has also assured me that he is ready to fulfill any conditions that are put that we.
That's a slip of tongue, and I guarantee you, and that's been clarified for those making, incorrect statement about it. I will rest it there. And Maswell, one of our counsel as well, was granted interview. Let's just listen.
Power Media International.
Is that Keir Starmer is the next Prime Minister of the UK.
Absolutely. Well, let's see how that goes. Of course, we already know that Labour is in the majority and that they're taking away the lead. Well, let's come back to this conversation. We told you earlier that we'll be talking about the call to free NNAMDI Kano. In fact, we started our conversation a few days ago with Chief Dan Wanyango, who spoke emphatically on the matter and said that it had to be a matter of.
As you can see, that is the only news that you can get in the zoo right now. The elephant, the only elephant in the whole one wide world, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. That is what he said they will talk about us. Everything the man told you have come to pass. The only thing that remains is that Biafra will be restored and will be the last miracle. We are not depending on anybody to give us Biafra. No, we are not. because Biafra will be restored on our own time. And our children and our children will enjoy their own right as a human being to decide what they want to do with their own fundamental rights. I'm not going to play this all. This is Maxwell, and to see how this new lead council have drive. Everybody see what's happening right now. And can you compare it to what happened 2.5 years ago? The senators are signing petition. You see the senators sign. They're coming out openly. It's not hidden. You can't buy Mazin and if you really want to be bought, it could have been bought a long time ago. It's impossible. It's not done on everybody. The regional, going back to regional, they're discussing it openly in the Senate. It's Mazin and the KANU's era. It's an institution that bring about all this discussion going on right now. AIT, every news, Sahara Reporter or channels or Arise, everything boils down to one man. Some of you think he's a joke. He said, I will be in the forefront. And he said, I will come back and will bring the hell with me. Now, Somalia will be a safe haven to compare to the so-called Nigeria. Where are we today with it? So I just want to view of this for a minute or so. Maxwell speak, I'll just cut it off before I come into the D-Day. Because I need to address some issues, I will take another 30 minutes. There's a lot of long videos here which I wouldn't comment, but I will talk about a couple of stuff as I go into this to deal with this issue this night, right? It's important.
Of urgency, and this morning we are talking about why lawyers opted out of court, settlement, and there is a discussion to this effect between KANU's lawyers and the prosecution, especially the Attorney General of the Federation. Well, we'll see what the matter is, and we have with us here in the studio to look at the nexus between the move of KANU's lawyers and the political leaders calling for his release, and would also want to know whether his lawyers for sure are considering conditional release and whether his release will bring lasting peace to the Southeast. And we'll be discussing this, and we're joined by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Maxwell Okpara. Maxwell is also a human rights lawyer. You're welcome, Maxwell.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you, Nigerians.
Okay, nice to have you. The Nnamdi Kanu issue there's been a lot of discussion of late, and it's popping up in the news here and there. Is that any reason to suggest that we are inching closer to his release?
Yes, of course, I want to start by saying that Nnamdi Kanu never begged for settlement, because in that there is no charge against him, in quotes.
I want you to pay attention, because it's important. Sometimes news will be carried, but analyzing is a different thing. And like I said, we are not comparing anybody here, but these men have worked tirelessly. For the last 6 months, we have seen tremendous change. Had it been that they started from the beginning, I don't think Onyendu will spend 3 years in DSS. But man, the people that saw Onyendu sitting on top of our leader, even to visit Onyendu, deny Onyendu his own medicals. They are gossiping. He sat down in front of national television and he's telling you, Onyendu doesn't beg, because this is what they're telling them. Nnamdi is going to compromise. Someone that you cannot see his face, one idiot that hiding one place. Someone that will post Onyendu, someone that is not even Onyendu PA. That overnight turned himself commander in the ESN under delusion, facelessly. All the things we have guys said. I said, I'm coming to you guys tonight because we'll dance. But let's listen to him, because it's important. Maxwell is now itemizing what has happened. Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu have come to court since Ejimako become the lead counsel. Onyendu pick up the file. Some of them think that Onyendu now is in charge of his case. When he's talking, it is his right. Because he was not brought to court when Ejiofor and his cohort were there with the ceremonial sign. They signed MOU with the DSS, collecting the money. 500 or 800 million naira they brought Onyendu to court. They were sharing it among themselves. Onyendu they don't bring him into court. It's every day they'll come, they'll pick up adjournment. That was what they were doing. When they started the case, the other one was in Miami, dancing in Alabanco. And today, what has happened? All the cases that have won, who won it? It was Ejimako before he became the lead counsel. He was special counsel to lead counsel. That is country. I look at the team, the same people that they were working with. Maxwell was there, Nnamdi Ejiofor was there. All of them are still there with Ejimako. Where is Ejiofor? She tells you all you need to know. Because they were playing big, card with only lose freedom and life of our people at the same time.
But after revealing some facts, after revealing some circumstances and some happenings, and in line with the Supreme Court admonition in the judgment, the Supreme Court advised that this matter can be settled through political means. Also, in exercising her right under Section 17 of Federal High Court Act, the judge also advised that we can initiate the settlement. So,
yeah, because they misquoted it because Binta Nyako herself know that already. She's in a mess. She knew what Onyendo committed no. Ejimako said it from the beginning that there will be a trial under trial because crime has been committed. And the buffoon that called himself lawyer was questioning what was the extraordinary rendition and showed me where he is in Nigerian law. The man did not understand what extraordinary rendition was.
We advised our client in line with that, considering the fact that on his own, IPOB is a human rights organization fighting for self-determination. Now, taking advantage of the fact that he has not been around, some people have decided to use the name to do some other things. And if you recall, that was in February when I traveled to Europe. So he instructed that I should try to see Simon Eber.
Who's in Finland, I think it was.
Yes, Finland, that I should go to Finland to see Simon Eber. And I should advise him. Remember that he has written with his handwriting. So Simon Eber said he wrote that thing with AK-47 on his head. That you can only believe if Nnamdi Kanu is out. So after my program, I contacted him. I said, please, I want to come and see you. How do I get across to you? He said, where am I? I said, I'm in Germany. He said, okay, that I should go to Belgium and wait for him. I traveled to Belgium. I waited for him for 2 days. He said, let us talk on phone. I said, now, you are a leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom you called your leader, said that he's not happy with you. I marshal out some points. Paramount among them is the economy in the Southeast in particular, and Nigeria as a whole, and the killings. So he said he disagreed with me, that Nnamdi Kanu did not send me, that I fabricated this story. So now I came back, I visited Nnamdi Kanu. I said, the young man said, except we are out, that's when he will believe you. So, and some other issues, going also by what the court has hinted, let it not be as if we don't want peace. Then also, Nnamdi Kanu also revealed that he will not get justice in Nigerian court. Yes, I left him yesterday around, I think around after 5. He has never missed words in saying that. He said that he will never get justice in Nigerian courts.
So it's obvious. How is he going to get justice when the Nigerian government kidnapped him? Of course, that's the fact. There's no way he can get justice. There's no justice when they have committed crime.
That if Nigerian court even granted him and release him, the federal government of Nigeria will disobey. They have done it the first one, they have done it the second one, they have done it the third one. So that he has lost confidence in Nigerian judiciary. You are asking me the reasons why he decided to go in this manner. So also the killings in the Southeast is one of the things that is even breaking him down.
You know what? I'm going to let our barrister rest here. There's something he said here that, issue of Simon Ekpa and what he did with Simon Ekpa, So I don't really want to go into that because that matter has been legally solved, and he mentioned it there with Onyendudu. We don't want to go deeper in that issue now. But what I will say is that Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Whether or good or bad, it doesn't really matter. Onyendu, I'm going to talk about Onyendu. Onyendu is a leader of over 70 million people, which you cannot control them. Even your household have 4 kids, can you be able to control what they do when they become adults? It's practically impossible. So people digest things differently. And that is why when they have tampered in the rule of law, they invite chaos. So those that are claiming what they are doing not really concern me. All I'm saying is Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. But each of Simon Ekpa to Onyendu has been handled legally and is on record. This has handled record. I say it again. Some people who does not know, this matter has been solved legally. And I will remind you again, after this particular handwriting, and this not this. After this particular handwriting, this handwriting was not, follow suit as Onyendu said. Why I'm bringing this back on what about our counsel said here. After this handwriting, and he did not follow the instruction on this handwriting, what follow suit was this? And Ejimako making it making it public in national television. It is important people understand that this has gone legal. So anybody have right to do whatever they want to do. But the Nigerian government is committing crime by kidnapping Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu, because the arrangement was the people that were supposed to ask for Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu release was actually working against Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu release. Some of the men in dogs, we're going to talk about them tonight. So I will rest it here because of time. Mazzi, Barrister Maxwell, I can't thank you enough. You're a human rights lawyer, and I think you guys your teams are top notch. We have to say it. You guys are doing what you're supposed to do. So now, a lot has been said a couple weeks ago after Onyendu went to the last court. Then Onyendu was openly attacked on Radio Biafra. Onyendu was attacked on Radio Biafra. But before I continue, I want to remind our people, because when I go into this now, I'm going to be in a different mood. So when I go into what I'm going to talk about now, my mood is going to change. Just know, be aware of that, because you can't help it. Now, like I said, the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, we congratulated you, Keir Starmer. Remember what he said on this night. This night was crucial. This night was crucial, and your promise to Jonathan Cooper Memorial about Biafra. Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen of the United Kingdom and has been held for 3 years under solitary confinement in the zoo. We are welcoming you, and I know Labour probably you guys are going to do better now, but we see from there. But most importantly, the law must take its course. And Onyendu Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu must be represented as a British citizen because he's a British citizen, he carries British passport. He must be respected. Remember your words. Remember your words. On this day, on this reception, he promised that you do everything. Labour, he said, and today you are in power. You must remember. I will constantly remind you. I wrote it on your wall today, and I'm putting it up here because it's important. I will remind you. Now, another thing I want to show tonight is this. Be very, very careful. Chika Paul Edoziem and his men, now they are in swamp. These men have drowned, completely drowned. They won't tell you that they want money to pay Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu lawyer anymore. In UK here, they came here and tell us that in United Kingdom, we don't have anything to do with lobby. They instituted lobby. The man they made a so-called national coordinator, Hannes Ndibo, one half past 4, like in UK here. That is how you get involved. The fundraising they did, they call it lobby fundraising. £12,000 they raised. The woman that went out and talked about Kanu after they kicked her out, that money, nobody knows where that money is. Now they won't tell you they're doing fundraising to pay Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu lawyer or to feed Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. But Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is your leader. But now they say ESN. Ask them which ESN they're talking about. Is it the bandit they created, they clean our people? Is it the dead man squad they created, they clean our people? Is it the one they're telling you? ESN. Ask them all the money they collected for ESN, who are they giving it to? It's entirely up to you. We're not asking you not to give money, but people must know. Remember what happened in 2015 when Clifford was running with his mouth saying that Onyendu embezzled our defense fund then. He said it's $1 million. When Onyendu came out. Now, we have a financial department. Everything was documented. When the issue come to shove, Onyendu make a public pronunciation requested from the head of finance department to print the statement of account of IPOB worldwide. The countries that make their payment was called out on. After the Onyendu said, now the world knows how much we have in our war chest. Less than $120,000. America can tell about $2,500. If I'm not, but America, it was on top of their head. But Onyendu still believe that America will fund the struggle. So beware of this criminal. Chika Paul Edoziem is the primary, not suspect. Is the man that constituted whatever is happening in Biafra land today, because disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The others are there. But I'm saying to you, this fundraising is not for ESN. All their gimmicks has been exposed. They ask them ESN. Ask them, what about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's welfare? Have you asked them about Mazi, your leader? Some of you are saying you're fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You want me to come out. How do you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu feel? How do you pay his lawyers? Those that are going to see him, you can't go see him. How do you pay those people? Have you asked this question? They're deceiving with ESN. You see them carrying cows, shooting cow down and selling it. But you don't ask, where is the Fulani herdsmen? The headers themselves, those terrorists, where are they? Have you seen the one they caught any of them to show you in a sport that this is a Fulani man they caught with this cow? Or they see they shot 1 or 2 cows and call Busherman from the back, they will come and pick up the cow. All these things is not why ESN was formed, because they bastardize everything. Now, they cannot give account of the money they have embezzled in IPOB from 747,000 to Umeh account. Umeh account, Chikedozium, after he suspended it from UK here, he ordered the woman from the back without consulting Madam Nene. That woman sent $10,000 inside that account. When you have stopped people paying money in accounts, you don't know how much I went into it. The woman said it with his mouth. It's not me. So it's up to you. If you want to throw your money in the liver, go ahead and do it. But be aware, these are criminals. There's no fundraising from these animals because they are criminals. That's all I can tell you. Now, I said from the beginning, tonight, you will not finish in this episode, but let's dissect the cabal and their media warm innuendos. I don't know if you understand what the word of innuendos, but tonight, after Onyendu last court, there's numerous attacks, but you can see now those attacks have been countered from the public. But let's talk about the people that talk about this attack, that were involved in this attack. Let's go.
Alpha Power Media International.
Now, it is what IPOB have been saying that.
I know some of you does not know who Jonathan Chinedu is, because this is the problem we have when we have people that is faceless. Mounting on microphone is dangerous. When you have somebody that you don't know who that, imagine that if you don't know who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. So who is your leader? I just want to know. This is the man, this guy here. It is not today, he done it many times, but now all of them have grown wings. The negotiation is talking about is what I have now wrapped up before I want to play his voice to show you how daft. He's the one anchoring the Queen China Sanwo. You don't ask him questions. What he does. Now they're putting up fundraising. They say ESN. When they say ESN, people are clapping. Which ESN? Have you asked yourself which ESN? Which of the ESN you're talking about? Is it the dead man squad they're using to terrorize our land? Or which one? Let's listen to him.
We should never get fair trial for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Nigeria, once they could not obey the court order of 13th October 2022, discharged and acquitted, It doesn't matter normally. They're supposed to obey that order first. They said no. So what are you going through? These people said that they committed them into continuing the trial. They deceived them that they will have bail. After now, they go for the bail, they flop them. Go for another, they flop them. He say, mommy.
You see how daft. See how daft. That is why I played Maxwell voice first. This is the propaganda that went after Onyendu went, because the man that were against Onyendu, the only mode they used to penetrate IP, which native doctor Ejiofor, right, is now their potential leader, because all of them are operating under is new guidance principle that Madam Oyibo presented to them. Some of you have forgotten. That is why they are what they could not do. He said they are asking Mami Yako, but he has Maxwell said it here that it was a suggestion, because she already know that she messed up. This case can continue for another 20 years without going anywhere, and Awode cannot be behind bars, and I think everything will be fine, because that was the arrangement they had. Continue delaying taxes, and Mazzi KANU will get fed up and break him, and he will denounce Biafra, and everybody go home. That was arrangement. And that's why they were shouting on top of their boss, Mazzi is going to compromise, he's going to compromise. They are forcing Mazzi. They have done this to Mazzi. The same people, this animal here is hosting the same person, propagating all this falsehood. You never ask him question. Where are you getting all this information from? Never.
Cool. Now, wow. That time they came back. He said, now they came back saying, nah, no fair trial. Now they say, according to law, whether Article 17, you can go for negotiation. I'm asking Biafrans, a lawyer that is not talking with the movement. Please listen to me.
Stark illiterate. Stark illiterate. That's why you know people that are daft, not talking to the movement. Ask him, who is the movement? Ask this guy, who is the movement? You see where they messed themselves up. They've forgotten what we are doing. They think they're in Nigerian political arena. That is what the mentality they up. That's why they call Chinas and want CSO. Somebody you don't even know who is. Who gave in the position? We are freedom fighting movement, and we have one central command. One central command. Whether Mazzi is on the ESS dungeon, whether he's out, every command comes from him. It is either you're in or out. So ask him, which movement is he talking about? That's why you know where they lost everything.
Attentively. Barrister Jimako is not talking to any member of the DOS. Mazzi NNAMDI KANU is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He is there because of IPOB. The barrister that is in charge is not talking to any member of the DOS.
And whose fault is it? That means that they don't know how they, you see how they expose themselves. You remember when I asked you about the fundraising? So if they are not talking to Barrister Jimako, so how do Chike Doziem run IPOB? Do you see how you guys expose yourself? And that is why sensible people need to start thinking inward. Hypothetically, this man you're mentioning their name, Mazzi NNAMDI KANU single-handedly appointed them one after another. He didn't elect them. That's the difference between IPOB and a normal government setting. I don't think you understand what you're talking. I don't even know if you know what is IPOB, because I don't know if you have read your code of conduct that give you the guidelines of what you should say and what you shouldn't say. So now you're telling Biafrans that Chike Doziem and all these gang of criminals don't know how Mazzi NNAMDI KANU is faring, but they're claiming they're running IPOB. But Onyendu's welfare is not being taken care of. Note it down. It's important. If Ejimako is not speaking to any member of so-called dogs, these criminals, right? So who are they piloting? Which IPOB are they piloting? I'm asking you, which IPOB are they piloting? Since they don't get any report from their leader. It is important people answer this fundamental question. I will allow you. I think I will do with your video tonight, and rest this case. Let me sort you out, and probably if I talk now, because there's other videos, but I don't want to rush. Important.
About his initiating negotiation. Tell me what type of negotiation. It's just to compromise Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu. On our way over. Here. Just come out first. Do you see this?
You are the most idiotic human being I've seen in my entire life. That's why you can't put your face up on social media as you're talking every day, shouting like a mad insane dog. Put yourself up like this that I am right now. People see your face. How miserable you are. Are you that daft? What do you use? Ejimako is the one now telling Mazzi what to do. How rhetorical and insane you can be. Right? Some of you are pathetic, man.
Let me come out first. I'm talking it here. Mark today's date. Let me come out first. Do you think that Nigeria dealing with you, Nigeria you are dealing with is stupid? Owazirike went and came back. Where is Owazirike today in Biafra struggle? They gave him now the chart of his. Nigeria now gave Owazirike a chart of doing his own Biafra.
They're now gone to the level to compare Onyendo to Owazirike. It is quite pathetic. Or some of them don't even know why Owazirike went to prison, which I'm not here to tell you. But it is good that you that are speaking is invisible. Nobody knows you, but we managed to have your picture. Presumably that's you, because I can confirm that picture 100% that is you. But that's what we know. Until the day you come live on social on Facebook that you're ranting on a daily basis. Or do a video on your own comfort zone and post it and say, this is me, Chinedu, Jonathan, the mad dog on Radio Biafra. Then everybody will know that it's so that when we are talking to somebody, at least we know we are talking to a human being, not some AI. It's not robot who I'm talking to. I have to talk to someone who is visible.
Every year he do Biafra this thing. They pump you money. Money is not the problem. He will sew uniform. People come and do march pass to raise our people's sentiment, because Nigerian government, they now know that our people are highly sentimental. When things are going wrong, they don't recognize.
Your own sentimental is beyond the mind. That's why, because we speak out from your values. You're talking with sentiment, because what you're saying, you don't even know what you're saying. That is why, black calling kettle, black. So you yourself is filled with emotion. That's why you're speaking the way you speak. Because if you know who Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu is, you will never in a million years utter such word out of your mouth. You don't know who Onyendo is. You don't even understand the guiding principle that guides you in IPOB. Know your boundaries and things you should say and shouldn't say. Some of you today are coming out to apologize, but remember, whatever you say is there, kept on record for you. No, I want you to finish your sentence. No.
Only just come out and do hey now, hey, without you thinking critically. You know the worst thing Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu did? To raise up people like us. Monsters, no, not this struggle. People that are thinking critically. The way you are seeing things and shouting is not the way.
The most important thing in life is that when people say they think critically, Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu raise people like you. Onyendo has been out for Onyendo. You guys say Onyendo was absent. That's what you guys were. That Chikerezem is the leader. Hypothetically, let's put it in that perspective that you guys have gone because you guys are not a member of IPOB anymore. So what have you guys now done Because without Mazzi Nnamdi, he wouldn't speak. You see? It is quite important. Raise you as a mad dog or someone that's hiding, who knows you. Raise you to do what? To shout on radio. Radio Biafra, your aim is tomorrow when they take off the microphone from your mouth. That was it. When you sleep in the city of London is where you are now, now questioning his integrity. In his own platform, he beat with his blood. Do you know the kind of course you have wrought on yourself, this idiot? I don't think, you see the one that come out and begging because you guys don't understand what is IPOB. Onyendu Mazzi, what Onyendu lay caution on you, you won't survive the next day. Go and ask other people. But I know Onyendu doesn't pay attention to you people. The reason why we're addressing this issue because it's important to direct our people. Because you guys are misinforming our people with propaganda, which all of you have come out today to admit that you guys have been pushed to come out and peddle falsehood that we fought against. Fake news we fought against is what you guys are propagating.
We go to that saying, now what is this? We reason it critically. So that people, you see, if Wazirike call for Biafra, this and that, people are still following him today. Am I wrong or am I right? Why do you think so? Because those people genuinely, they believe Wazirike still have that this thing. Because he can gather people, share rice, call brass band. Hey, Nasi Biafra for that day. That is the blueprint of Nigeria to give that has given to him. He got it when he was in jail. For your information, because this struggle, no person should come and rubbish it for us. I will read all the story, all the praises, this and that. We cannot allow it.
Okay.
When we say we are awakening, all these things are awakening.
You are daft.
Are you hearing me?
You are daft.
Wazirike is through jail that he was compromised. When he come out, he started doing Biafra in Nigeria way.
Did you know why Wazirike went
I
to
said
prison? Can you tell Biafrans why Wazirike went to prison in the first place? This crime he committed. Some of you don't know why he went to prison. You don't know why he went to prison.
Worst thing MAZI Nnamdi did is to gather us everywhere in the world. You don't know people that can also checkmate him. People or everybody say, hey, now he's our no. Tomorrow if he come out and start talking nonsense, we tell him that Biafra is more than you.
Okay.
Because the way things are going, we are not comfortable. How can a Juma be initiating negotiation? Do you think Nigeria will say, okay?
The point is that the reason why I can see your frustration is that all of you now, all the lies they have told you is now done on all of you. That's the only frustration I can see. Nothing else. Your own is that you're hidden. No one knows you. You're shouting until the day you make yourself visible like I am now, then maybe somebody will take you serious. To be honest, the reason why I'm playing this audio is to put it in our archive. And it happened on the same radio MAZI Nnamdi buried with his blood. Because if you live in UK here and work and pay bills here and outrightly forfeit everything you have because you're pushing for one thing for your people. Sacrifice our leader made that's nothing it's irrepressible. And giving up his two parents is the people like you question. People like you question. Like I said, that radio, you see that radio you guys are in. The one thing you guys have not realized that every ill thing you guys have done, you guys came back and confessed it on that radio. Because every information we have today against all of you is from that same radio. So you guys be mindful that the spirit behind that radio is bigger than any. When you say everything is said in that radio must come to pass. The same way Everything you guys have done in secret, you come there and confess them. It's important our people know. Very important.
Negotiation on what basis? What basis of negotiation do you think Nigeria? Nigeria, they have told him that you know the problem.
Anyway, like I said, it's laughable. I'm gonna stay through these videos. I don't want to waste too much time. This buffoon that lives in Ireland, because the reason why I want to allow this to play a little bit is I'm not gonna go into deep this video. Is because of what they have done in the past. This is some of these things he wrote a couple of weeks ago. They're talking about negotiating solution. It must be on IPOB interest. And what is IPOB interest? It is total freedom of Mazzi NNAMDI KANU. None of you, understood what is going on. But at the end of the day, all the things you guys have done, you guys galvanize people to attack Mazzi NNAMDI KANU's parents, dead parents. Use all manner of words on them. And today, all those people that have done all those ill now are confessing, right? Europe here, you claim that you are European deputy leader, deputy European rep. Nothing to show for it. All the things that were in your tables, you guys did nothing about it. Everything went out of spiral. Now, I just want to let's see. There's something I want to pick up and I'll take it off and go to the next video.
Alpha Power Media International.
The funny thing is that one thing about life, yeah. This lobbyist group, like I said it here. They're not lobbying anybody. He lives in Ireland. All this doesn't exist there. But they don't know what else to do. They don't know what else lie to tell people. This is why they call Isaiah about this buffoon. He has done and come out and be broadcasting as well. Because the people that they were using now, all of them found out they're all been used. And now they're in disarray. Because truth is the only thing that can start the test of time. And they suddenly woke up. This is a fraud rob. There's nothing like lobbyists in the United Kingdom here. Who are you lobbying? Your MP or what? Who are you lobbying? You're daft.
Stop. Unamage. But toge heni lebra deme. Unamage ka ha na afọ ga ha. Ihe ọ na-afụ ndị enemy. But lenu ugbo ibra bịa tọnụọ. Egbe ga ha tọnụọ ihe niile aha against each other. Ehuru ka o shi na pịawa satu na azụ now.
Some of you who does not, I'm not gonna play this because it's using Igbo and English, but apparently he's talking to the media now because they're fighting each other. That's exactly what he's now. He's lamenting now based on the way they are now attacking each other, and it is very good that we see today because we told them. I'm not here to do saga. That's why I don't see me on social media. But we told them when we came out that they will never see the light of the day. It won't be a business as usual, and they know it. It's not a brag. There is no business as usual. It cannot be on everything they do. I will allow you to do whatever you do, but everything you guys have said, we've got evidence. Not even a pin will drop. Not a pin will drop. So now he's lamenting on the so-called media one at Bakaratingom. So I'm not gonna go into his video. Probably next time when I have time, I might talk about it's basically on Igbo. But let's go to, because after I said, let's go to this guy, Ikenga. I never talked about Ikenga. Right? The reason why I want to talk about Ikenga tonight is very important.
Alpha Power Media International.
And I want Ikenga to understand that, you see, this life we are in, I knew when he started calling from Mozambique in one kiosk, Radio Biafra 2017, when he came corner, I started Motherland. You know what he calls it. Now, there's so many things that have happened. And I remember what what I told you the day you picked up Mazi's case. I called you on phone. I didn't know you were alive. I thought you were finished. And he told me you were alive. I told you, I said, my brother, I say, stop perpetrating falsehood. I warned you. George Umeh warned you. There's a video you made, he said he enjoyed you, you don't even know where you're driving at. We are the gatekeepers of IP. The reason why I'm going to talk about this tonight, because here is where you're pushing yourself to attack Mazzi Nnamdi after that, because you know your games are up. After you went to bury your mother, the video you went to bury, all the things you said about Mazzi Nnamdi Kanu's parents. He was apologizing to Kanu, but he forgotten his dead parents, what he said about them. So I just want to remind you that, you see, maybe there's some spirit hunting you right now, I don't know, presumably, or confused. I'm not interested if you say you are no longer IPOB member. But let me remind you that IPOB member is a stigma. You go nowhere. You see this IPOB, you go nowhere. Because why? You have mother sleep. Now, this is where we are talking about Onyendu and now trying to push Simon Ekpa to our leader. Simon Ekpa is doing what he's doing. Simon Ekpa has been the alibi you guys created. You guys created Simon Ekpa and using him as an alibi. Today is not working anymore for you guys. But now you're coming openly to say that Simon Onyendu have to tell you. From the beginning of this program, our barrister made it open. Our leader stand. And it was legally handled. Maybe you're not following what is going on because you guys on social media are shouting like an idiot, but you're not following the legal proceedings and how things has been handled. That this matter has been settled and sealed. And now you make this pronunciation here about our leader trying to bring Simon Ekpa. After a couple of days again, he come up with he resigned. I think he resigned and now you're apologizing. I don't want to dwell on your issue. But the reason why I want to just talk about this a little bit tonight is because it's important that he gone off to our leader. And after you did that, you went back to come and apologize to people that you were pushed. And I'm telling you tonight, your apology is not going to go anywhere. And because you're going nowhere. Your IPOB member, you cannot go now. After you have murdered a lot of people, it's not going to happen. Because you will be murdered. That's justice. So karma is real. Let's listen a bit of me.
On my last two videos, I made a pronouncement that if the leader of indigenous people of Biafra appear in court, that's I think 3 days ago, the court appearance of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. If he eventually appear in court and refuse to tell us or to let people know, not to tell us.
Can you imagine? Refuse to tell you. He just, what is this guy on? Refuse to tell you what? You can't go. Mazzi Nnamdi don't need to tell you anything. This matter, I will show it again. Maybe you're too daft. Like you don't know what you're doing. But remember this particular handwriting. I will flash it again. And after this particular handwriting, this matter was closed after this and this. And that is why Onyendu Mazzi Nnamdi will never speak to that issue. And they owe you no explanation to start with. You should worry about what you guys are doing. Because now you are positioning yourself to attack Onyendu as the APC under Ifeanyi Ubah. You went home. When you went to bury your mother, all these evidence will have them. We have not talked about it. Today you're begging, apologizing. It's not going to work. You will have your own cup of tea when the time is right. We'll serve it very cold to you. So for your information, if you didn't know, I remind you tonight, that issue was legally handled, which you read IPOB worldwide statement of account in your personal program. even the Italian one, all these things. You don't know all these things. You don't even know the implication of what you've done. You have not understood the enormity of things you have done. But as time goes forward, you will understood. He will. Mark my words somewhere. So Mazzi Nnamdi will come and explain to you, tell you what. Huh?
Because people like myself knew that the boy called Simon Ekpa is not a member or either working with us in IPOB.
Okay, it's good you mentioned that. But why did your bosses allow Simon Ekpa to be hosting meeting? Zoom meeting when Oyendo was rendition. You see my problem with you guys? That's why I said some of you have literally killed yourself and you have murdered your generation. Even your child you have right now. You see all these things in a matter of time. Things will happen because blood is involved. Now apologizing don't mean nothing to anybody because the deed has been done. It's not. It doesn't work that way, no? It's not. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. So, issue of Simon Ekpa, Onyendu said it. And Onyendu, through the message of 4, ordered DOS not to respond to Simon Ekpa no matter what, including you yourself. But what you people does on a daily basis, there's no content you talk about is Simon Ekpa. You guys make Simon Ekpa more popular than he is. Because he has got nothing to offer to anybody. That's the fact of life. Simon Ekpa has claimed his own responsibility. Whatever he's doing is in his name. It's not in your name. It's not in Mazzi Nnamdi's name. He has the right to call Onyendu his leader because Onyendu is leader of over 70 million Biafrans. And Onyendu cannot control all this individually. By what is happening, they believe that their leader has been held. So whatever everybody is doing, it is not you to tell them what to do. It's the government that breaking the law supposed to follow the suit and do the right thing. But you, idiotically as you are, coming up publicly to say that Onyendu is supposed to tell you if he's working with Simon Ekpa or not, mean that you are, I don't know what to give to you. It was legally sorted and instructed your so-called Dutch. No matter what, don't know, it is a standing order. You guys defile all these words. And then where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? You're not going to go anywhere. You can resign IPOB 20 times. Remember what I said? It's a stigma. You go nowhere. Because what you have done, you're not going to get away with it. People that they have, black belt and Mazzi for one in UK here. He said he's Darlington Imo as he was collecting IPOB letter. The one they call Azayoba came from all the way from Ireland here, attacked Mazzi in Trafalgar Square. All these things is because you people think you have arrived. You think it's worked that way? No. Tupac said that revenge is sweetest, you let's get to pussy. When you do things, people you did it today, how the day they want to take vengeance, even though the IPOB is a block confident, it is not you. You don't have to tell people how to react. Remember that.
I can't tell whether he's working with the leader of indigenous people of Biafra or not, but so long as I'm concerned, as a member of IPOB, I knew that he's not working with us, he's not with us. But not everybody knows this. And there's a whole lot of a kind of statements from this guy that when you listen to, when I say this guy, I mean Simon Ekpa. When you listen to him, his statement is making it to look like he's actually working for the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, or the killings they are currently carrying out in our land. They are doing it.
Do you see his word? That he's working for the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Onyendu is in the DSS dungeon. And this is what this guy is saying. After a couple of days later, he came to apologize. It seems like he's working for the leader of religious people of Biafra. Like I said, young man, you're digging your own dish. Remember, things come. I don't know what you're on, but whatever you're on, you need to change it because it's not helping you.
Because of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Even on videos, they have said it. Oh, we are doing this because they are holding the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. If you ask them why are they piloting the sit at home, they will tell you they are doing it because of the leader of indigenous.
Who called the sit at home? Did you send your leader you asked him to come and tell you didn't tell your so-called dogs to suspend that sit at home? Did you not know? This is why I said the majority of you are retarded. I don't know what is wrong with all of you. You just come on social media, turn your video on and be talking, yapping. And the next 10 minutes you come back to apologize. It doesn't work that way. Don't forget that internet as well is what they call cybercrime. People are being picked up on internet because of what they said. The person that killed you back 3 decades ago, the man is in prison now because you went to podcast and said things you shouldn't say there. Things you are saying here is what is going to be liable to hold you accountable in what you've done. And though the apology does not mean anything because once you admit it, you are guilty of the crime. Because people have died based on things you said or do to people on through your broadcast. I want you to note this down somewhere. As I am here, I'm not coming out anywhere to apologize to anything because before I say anything, I understand the power of media and how social media works because you cannot control whatever that comes out of your mouth. And anything you cannot prove, people, defamation of character, somebody can sue you for that, not alone when you blackmail somebody. That's a cybercrime on its own. I want you to remember this. So many people are being sued because of this. Doesn't matter where you're in the world because the cybercrime is global. As internet made us in a global village, that people, every country collaborate with each other. When it comes to bullying on social media and blackmailing people on social media, it goes a long way. You admitted it on the video. That people are telling you, but you didn't verify it. You think your apology will do anything to anybody? Of course not. And now he's still blackmailing Mazzi and the kind of saying that people that are working for it seems like they're working for him. This is an assumption. The man that has been held down in DISET solitary confinement, he adding to his own agony. Now you're giving a false testimony against our leader. Because that's what it is. I don't know.
People of Biafra. Anything these people commit, if you ask them, they will tell you they are doing it because of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Because of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. So therefore, as an IPOB member,
anyway, I'm gonna move on this.
Power to say this morning, and because now some of them this information today, the same people now Gapane people false information about myself. So when see,
you know, I'm not gonna dwell on you anymore, but I want to remind you one thing. Just remember in the rest of your life that anybody anywhere now have the legal means to sue you. You know why? Because this is you don't even understand the power of what you've just done. I'm telling you, because I know. You came here. This is a candid advice I'm giving you. You see this video you made where you're apologizing. You're actually confessing. You're giving a testimony. So anybody that you have ever blackmailed that wants to take it up with you, have enough evidence to nail it. I'm being honest with you. I'm not going to go further with this video because it doesn't want me playing. But I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, yeah? Bro, you see this particular slush that in this video, I'm going to take it off because I had enough of it, yeah? Remember,
that you give a testimony on the same platform you have used to blackmail people, said all manner of ill things against individuals. Do you know what the mental health of those people are in today? Those people now you coming out to apologize. Though someone was telling you, but you admit that you did not verify. Ignorance is not excuse in the court of law, bro. I knew you were naive and dumb from the one. Wannabes, yeah? But I will tell you one thing. Anybody that want to pick it up with you in a personal level, bro, you can't. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna stop it there. Like I said, all of you have taken shot on our leader. Kudos to all of you. But the most important thing, remember that Mazzi Nnamdi is the only elephant in the room. The only thing that will give you a better life is Mazzi Nnamdi, whether you hate him or love him. And Mazzi Nnamdi cannot control 70 million Biafrans. Every household have what they call outlaws. Yeah? People that even though your own kids, they wouldn't listen to what you're saying. It happens in every family, let alone a man that's in charge of 70 million people. Right? So be better guide and zip your mouth as going forward. Just like what he said about our leader right now, you need to mind what comes out of your mouth. And Mazzi Nnamdi is an institution. And Kama, we always meet those that have tried to speak against the
For Alpha Power Media International.
You know, Kenya. I remember when Onyendu was rendition in Kenya, we went to march in London here. Jomo Kenyatta was in that embassy that day, and they have to smuggle him out through the back door because we are ready for them. That very day in London here, we were ready for Kenyans. We don't want to take any personal ill with Kenyan citizens. This particular new president they have, I think the guy played a part of Onyendu being rendition, right? Because what they did was illegal. Just like Ejimako said today, the injunction they had to arrest Onyendu was situated in Lagos, which they don't have the jurisdiction to go to Kenya and arrest somebody without going the normal process, right? So it was fraudulent. So today, Kenya is in turmoil, right? I wish them well. But this is the aftermath of what they have done to Mazzi Nnamdi. I need you to watch it. To people to be careful of who you speak against and when you do speak. And two videos going to play here. Those that have spoke ill against Onyendu. Not only that, what the king have just said is because they are the one building case against Mazzi Nnamdi. When we told you who saw Mazzi Nnamdi for 9 million. His brother name was mentioned, Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi Uba was his private jet they used to extradite Onyendu. After Ifeanyi have given them money, they wrote the press release that Ifeanyi Uba was not among those that sold Onyendu. The same people tell all these stories, like telling us Telemund. That's what they were telling us. But today we know better. Watch this video before I close the program.
We are not scared at all. We won't be scared.
Imagine Kenya used to be a quiet, peaceful country. Look at what is happening there. Just look at what is happening. It's an eyesore.
This is Kenya. We are one.
Nnamdi Kanu, me, I go buy am.
And some of you remember this lunatic. After all the things he did from Turkey, he didn't even reach Europe. He was in Turkey because Turkey is not Europe. And after he was deported, he went back to Nigeria. And they are the ones that Jubileti Onyendu was kidnapped and brought back. This is what he said about our leader. After all the things he said before, I just have my reason why I'm playing all this. It's important to listen. This is a karma. I call it karma.
I no killing man to make I die. Now federal government they think to me. I for don't killing man by now. If I know plan now, make all my children die before my eyes. See, I swear on the earth I'm out of phone. I for don't kill Nnamdi by now. I for don't kill him. Things not ready. And at the same things go deal with all these fools. You see, Emmanuel, I swear that because
if you don't want to lose lives.
Anyway, I will rest it here. Like I said, a lot will happen. And only what matters to us is that our leader to be released. Yeah. But remember, the life you have today, MAZI NNAMDI KANU is an institution. I would advise you to guide your utterances. What comes out of your mouth? Every single one of us need to be guarded on what we say, especially when it comes to INNUENDO. It is important you know this. Those that are publicly disobeyed him, they know the state of their mind today and their positions. And all I'm saying is that why we come here is to open your mind, educate our people. There's no prejudice, there's nothing personal. I don't come here and say things and come tomorrow and apologize. No. But because before I do that, I make sure that whatever I say is the truth and with the evidence, because we are under oath. And even if you are even in social media, you're not allowed to carry propaganda. And that is what we should know ourselves in that era. So, like I said, tonight, there's a couple things I should have done, but the so-called the dogs and their innuendo, because we have a lot of lapses. That's why I have to deal with a lot of things and just stay true with their issues. We're not digging too much on them, but just reminding them what they're doing, because I think we have moved on and the struggle is in a different dimension right now. Unless those that doesn't have ears or eyes will not see it, because MAZI NNAMDI KANU prophets have come to pass, and we are that era. We are marching forward. The only thing we are looking for is that the union will be released and coming out with the mantle. That's all. That's all I have to say. And I can't thank you guys enough for coming here. We'll reconvene again. And this is still Biafra Alpha Power Media International. And the time here is 1 minute on top of 10 p.m. here in the United Kingdom, the same 10 p.m. in the Holy Land of Biafra. And I thank you all for listening. And those that are going to watch after this program, is for educative, for our people to understand where we are going and understand that our leader is standing in the gap. He's there because he chooses to be there. If we wanted anything sort of opt out, he wouldn't come and seek consensus from any of us. I'll be honest with you, because he had the right to say, no, well, I'm tired of what you guys are doing, but he knew that a day like this would come. I thank all of you for listening. And for me from here is good night from London. Thank you much for listening.